Let's talk about for sale by owners. Most agents think that FSBOs are stubborn, overpriced, and they take too long to list. If you approach them like every other lead, that is going to be correct. But the truth is, for sale by owners are the best source of immediate business for any agent who understands one critical point. FSBOs are the absolute best prospects that exist because 100% of them want to sell their house. And I'm going to give you all of the scripts and strategies for you to start calling FSBOs and setting appointments and taking listings immediately. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a brand new powerful tool so you could dominate FSBOs in your market. We're going to start by going through your daily action plan for sale by owners. I wrote down 8 points for you. Number 1, call for sale by owners on the very first day that you get them. Contrary to what everybody else believes and says, for sale by owners are immediate business. They do not take weeks or months to list with an agent. Number 2, they're selling on their own to save money. Thank you, Captain Obvious. And they will list with the first agent who can show them the value in paying their commission. And the first agent who does that will take that listing, and it could happen on day 1. Point number 3, consistent effort is critical. And what I mean by that is you have to call for sale by owners every day, Monday through Friday. Not once in a while, not once a month, not twice a week, every single day, Monday through Friday. Number 4, the goal is always to set an appointment. You are not calling them to accumulate leads. Point number 5, play the no leads game. I got my clients playing this game recently, and it goes like this. You call them. If you don't set an appointment on the first call, you have to delete them. They will not become a lead for you. And the only grace period you have is within 3 minutes of that initial call. Because sometimes the minute you hang up, the light bulb goes on in your head and you know what to say. Well, you got 3 minutes to call them back. If you don't, you have to delete them. They're gone. Number 6. Set appointments for the same day. This is a mindset. It is a standard. The longer it takes from the moment you make the call to the actual listing presentation, the less chance you have of listing that house. Number 7, FSBOs overestimate their ability to market effectively, and they underestimate the complexities of the process. Their initial confidence wears off fast. And number 8, you have to be more confident about what you can do for them than they are about what they're doing. And you will be much more confident by the end of this video. Recognizing what a huge opportunity for sale by owners are is just the first step. Now you need a script that makes sense, that speaks to what is important for them, which is make the most money possible from the sale of their home. So now I'm going to walk you through a simple and effective script that actually works to set appointments on the very first call. Opening line. Hi, this is Jackie. I'm a local real estate agent. Simple. First name. You only say your first name only. Don't give him your last name or your company name. It's giving too much information that is meaningless. For example, my name. I don't remember ever giving my last name to someone where they don't ask me to spell it. I always have to spell it. They have no idea what it is. Unless I say Kravitz like Lenny, they go, oh, Why would I want to say my last name to this FSBO that doesn't want to talk to me and has no idea who I am? So they could say, Jackie who? And, oh, you're with ABC Realty, I already received calls from 10 agents from ABC Realty. You are welcoming objections. So introduction is very simple. So hi, it's Jackie. I'm a local real estate agent. I noticed that you have your house for sale. It looks like you're selling it yourself, right? I'm confirming, I'm acknowledging what they're doing. And obviously I wrote this script and I decided to put in this part about, and you're selling it yourself, right? Because it happened to me in the beginning of my real estate career. I mean, I was using some other scripts that made no sense anyhow, but I would maybe spend a few minutes on the phone with a FSBO, and then all of a sudden they say, well, I already listed with an agent. And I'm thinking, why did I waste time talking to you, right? If you're already listed, I shouldn't even be talking to you, but I didn't know. So you're selling it yourself, right? If they're listed, they will tell you right there. And then I decided to give you a quick call because I work with buyers and sellers here in the area, and I'm just calling to see how things are working out for you. Incredibly effective script. First of all, they want to tell you. And if you don't ask, they're going to say, well, I'm doing really good and I'm getting a lot of calls and I sold FSBO before. They're going to volunteer that information. But me asking questions, it shows that I'm interested and I want to know what's going on with them. So now whatever they say, I'm doing great. Usually that's what they say, even if they're not. Excellent, absolutely. And I'm curious, and you could use their name, Jackie, is saving the commission the main reason why you decided to sell it yourself instead of using an agent? Do I know the answer to this question? Yes, absolutely. They're selling on their own to keep as much money as possible. So they're going to say yes. Oh, yeah, 1 in 1,000 will say, no, I'm just doing it because, I have time and I just want to have strangers walking through my house for no reason. Sometimes it's an exception. They might say no, but 99.9% of them will say, well, yeah, absolutely. Your commission is a lot of money. I completely understand. It's not part of the actual script, but you always repeat and approve what they say. So when they say yes, absolutely, I completely understand. And I imagine from your perspective, if you could sell your house for the same price that an agent can sell it for, why not, right? Absolutely. And they say, exactly. Mr. Seller, hypothetically speaking, if I can show you a way, it's hypothetical, if I can show you a way where by working with me, you'd be able to net more money out of the sale of your home than if you were to sell it yourself. Is that something that you might be interested in looking at? There are a lot of things going on in this sentence right here. It's an if blank, would you blank question, structure of question. There's no pressure. I was going to say low pressure. No, there is no pressure because they're only agreeing to this if you're able to show them that. So they don't feel cornered in any way. When you end with it, is that something that you might be interested in looking at? It's very easy for them to say yes. In which case you would say, great, I would like to come by and meet with you for just 20 minutes and show you exactly how I can do that for you. Would 3 o'clock work for you today? Would 4 be better? That's the close. But if they say, well, I don't know how you could do that for me, I completely understand. And that's exactly why I want to come by and meet with you for 20 minutes so I can show you how I can more than make up for the commission that I charge. And at the end of our meeting, you decide what's best for yourself. Would 3 o'clock work for you today? Would 4 be better? Something like that. You just lead to the close. As I said earlier, they're selling on their own to make money. Netting the most money is the only conversation they're interested in. They don't want to answer any other questions or talk about anything else. This script will get you appointments. One final thought before we move on here. It's very important that you deliver the script confidently. When you speak, you cannot sound like, oh, what do you think? And if I can net you more money, can't talk like that. Nobody wants to hear that. It makes them cringe. And they doubt what you're saying because it makes them question, like, what's going on here? This is really weird. So speak confidently. The best way to do that is using downswings, which is bringing your tonality down when you speak. What does that sound like? Exactly how I am speaking with you here. They say, okay, come over at 4 o'clock. I want to hear what you have to say. Now what? What are you going to talk about when you get there to show them how you can net them more money? Let me walk you through what this listing presentation sounds like. So write this down. It's critically important. It's part of you being able to deliver an amazing presentation. According to the National Association of Realtors, in 2024, and every year a new survey is published. Since I started in real estate almost 30 years ago, I used to use these NAR stats way back when, okay? So according to NAR in 2024, for sale by owners sold for 13% less than the agent assisted sales. It's a fact. And 90% of buyers bought through an agent, meaning they used an agent to buy. And this is not even part of what I wanted to say to you, but I want you to know this. A huge percentage of buyers start their home search online, as it is expected in this day and age. And even though they start online, they eventually go through an agent to actually buy. So what does this mean? It means that for sale by owners only attract a very small portion of the buyers in the market. As a matter of fact, 5% of the ones that sell on their own, they sell to somebody they already knew. Before they even started selling, they already knew someone that was going to buy the property. So really, only 4% sell to open market, which is one of the big reasons why they sell for so much less than the homes that are listed and sold by agents. Think about this. Who is attracted to a for sale by owner? Investors, wholesalers, contractors, bargain hunters. Why? Because they're looking for a great deal. That's what investors, contractors, wholesalers are looking for. And people that are looking to buy properties at a lower price than if it was available to the open market. And they know that it's going to be easier to get a great deal from a for sale by owner because they have less competition. They know FSBOs don't have a lot of exposure on their property no matter what they do. And they don't have a strong negotiator, a strong agent negotiating for them. So it's a lot easier to get a great deal. Now, let me share with you why all of this happens. FSBOs have problems, but they don't know they have any problems. If you've ever called a for sale by owner, they are very confident about what they're doing. They know it all. That's what they sound like. Now, I want you to write this down. They do have problems. What are these problems? Number one, a lack of exposure. 90% of buyers are buying from an agent, so their exposure is minimal. Problem number two, they're dealing with bargain hunters. Think about it. It's what I mentioned earlier. People that are looking for a great deal, they know where to go. They're not paying a commission. Their exposure is limited, and they don't have any negotiating skills. They're dealing with unqualified buyers. Now, think this through. If you've ever worked with buyers, you're here because you want to change that. But if you worked with buyers, you already know that the majority of the sign calls, internet inquiries, the majority of buyers that come to you are not ready, willing, and able. They're not even pre-qualified. Many have a house to sell. Many cannot even afford the house they're calling on. As a matter of fact, of all the buyers out there that do all of the things that I just mentioned, call on signs, walk in open houses, inquire from properties they find online, only 4% are ready, willing, and able. And think about it. Of that 4%, 90% of that, they're working with agents. So what kind of buyers are going to a for sale by owner? Next problem, no negotiating skills. They think they can do it. And a lot of times FSBOs will say, well, I have an attorney that's going to help me. Well, what they don't think about is that an attorney doesn't really get into the picture until they found a buyer and agreed on a price. Oh, so, okay, here's the attorney. I have this buyer. We agreed to this price. Now, write the contract for me. One of the most common advice attorneys give for sale by owners is, well, you should sell it as is. Well, most contracts are as is. So they have no negotiating skills. Legal liability. I don't need to talk about this, okay? You already know as an agent how many disclosures, how much paperwork, and all of the hoops you have to jump through, and all of the things that you got to make sure are done correctly to not have this liability. They have no clue. And the last one is safety and security. Now, you have to be very cautious on how you talk about this, but the truth is, who would consider opening their front door of their home to a complete stranger? They have no clue who this person is. 30 years ago, before I got into real estate, I was a for sale by owner. And I have to admit, I had no idea what I was doing, because it's like one of the dumbest things you can do. Safety and security. Now, do these problems cost them money? Absolutely. Can you, as a great agent, solve these problems for them? Yes. And by solving the problems that cost them money is how you are going to make them more money. It's that simple. So you, by understanding this, you'll be able to make a great presentation that makes complete sense to them. You are, again, speaking their language. You're talking about what matters to them, and it's logical and complete common sense. Now, let's talk about that new strategy that I promised you in the beginning of the video. And this is going to be for all the for sale by owners that you call, but you're not able to speak with. So you're going to write a letter. I am going to give you this letter word for word, and you'll find a link to actually download this letter in the description of this video as well. So you're going to write the letter. You're going to put it in your company letterhead, premium paper. You want to make sure it looks really nice and professional. You're going to fold this letter in 3 parts. You know how to fold a letter, here and here. And in the middle, you're going to put your business card. You're going to take an envelope. You're going to handwrite their name. And on the envelope, you're going to write right below their name, I thought you'd want to see this. That's it, handwritten. You are not going to put your name, company name, just that's all that goes in this envelope. And then on Saturday morning, starting at 9 a.m., you are going to door knock the for sale by owners that you weren't able to get a hold of during the week. And how you're going to do this most efficiently, you actually put all of the addresses of the ones you couldn't get a hold of. Put them on Google Maps and put them in order. Google Maps can do this for you. Arrange them from closest to farthest. So you have a route to follow and you're not all over the place. You're going to go knock on their door. If they are home, you are going to speak with them. You're going to use my for sale by owner at the door script. If they're not home, you're going to take your envelope and you're going to put him between their door and the door frame. That's it. You're leaving it there. Do not open people's mailbox. You cannot do that. So just leave it at the door. This is a great strategy because you're probably going to be the only agent to actually door knock and leave a letter that calls their attention. And it's likely that you're going to get a call from the letter that you're leaving there. So let me go ahead and, again, the link is in the description so you can download the letter, but I'm going to read it to you now. You can make notes too if you choose to. So at the top, the seller's name. I saw your home as a for sale by owner, and I respect that. With the way most agents operate, I can't blame you. They stick a sign in the yard, upload some photos, host an open house or two, then they wait around and hope that it sells. You can do that yourself and save the commission. But here's what most sellers never hear. There's a way to work with an agent and actually walk away with more money. It requires doing things differently than what most agents do. That's where I come in. Not because of tricks, pressure, or promises, but because the right approach done the right way creates stronger offers, better terms, and a smoother closing. I just figured if there is a better way to sell and walk away with more money, you would at least want to know about it. If you have 15 minutes, I'll show you what this looks like. No pressure, no obligation, just real information from someone who does this differently. Sincerely, Jackie Kravitz, and my phone number. Remember, it's on company letterhead, so they already know the name of your company and their address and that information. And then below your name and signature, P.S. Most for sale by owners are trying to save money. The sellers I work with end up keeping more, not less. If you're even a little curious, send me a quick text or call me. I'll be around in the next couple of days. Think about the for sale by owner reading this letter. It's short, to the point, no fluff, and I think this is an amazing strategy that is gonna get you callbacks and they're gonna get you appointments. Listing for sale by owners requires mastering this system, understanding the financial benefit, and speaking with them consistently. But none of this means anything if you're not able to overcome their common objections that you are certain to hear when you speak with them. That's why I put together this video where I'm going to teach you exactly what to say in order to handle their objections so you can start listing for sale by owners right now. And if you're ready to build a predictable listings-based business and take your career to the next level, check out the link to SalesX training in the description of this video to join a powerful community of agents who are building successful businesses every single day with proven systems, scripts, and accountability.